Business Foundations for Mums, with me, Kate Butcher, is the podcast to listen to if you are a mum who is ready to launch your business, not sure where to start, or wanting to turn that sideline into something more serious. It will be full of practical tips, mindset advice, and inspirational and honest interviews with mums who are juggling business and motherhood, supporting mums in business to turn your dream into a reality. And welcome to today's episode of Business Foundations for Mums. Today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about brand values. Brand values are really important, and it's a term that you hear a lot, but a lot of people don't deep dive and delve into what their brand values are. It's more than just the colours and the logo that you use to promote your business. So lots of people will do their branding and they'll say, right, these are the colours I'm going to use. This is my logo. I've done my branding. But there's so much more to it than that. Brand values are the guiding principles behind your business's identity and culture. And it's a consistent thread through the words on your website. It's the messaging and the language that you use on social media and in your content. It's the tagline that you use. It's everything about that, or that represents who you are and what you stand for. It is these values and how you present them that make people want to work with you, that make people want to work for you. Your brand values, your beliefs, your interests, these are the things that your clients can relate to. These are the things that draw people to you in the first place. They're the things that mean that people will continue to follow you because they're interested in what you stand for and what you talk about and how you express yourself. And ultimately, they're the things that make people buy from you. Brand values show people what you stand for. Your beliefs, your aspirations, your commitment to your community, to your customers, to your employees, to everybody around you. And they guide the decisions that you make in your business. As it stands at the moment, we are so overwhelmed with the amount of content that we see in today's world, particularly on social media. When we're scrolling through social media, there's always something else on that feed. There's constant things there, people there. And we might see, 5 or 6 different businesses every day that do the same thing that we want. And really what it is that people are seeking meaningful connections in this world of constant overwhelm of content. So if you can provide that connection, if you can provide something meaningful and you can resonate with your target market, you are positioning yourself in a much better place than your competitors that may not do that as well. A really clear set of brand values can help to attract like-minded individuals who are passionate about similar things to you. And it's these connections that will really drive your business forward. Values can align with personal values as well. So your brand values and your personal values as a business owner are likely to be very similar. There's likely to be a lot of crossover because you are putting yourself into your business, and the values that you have as a person are really likely to influence why you have your business and why you do what you do. So those personal values and those brand values have a huge amount of crossover. Once you've identified what your brand values are, you need to look at your visual marketing, you need to look at the language that you use, and you need to make sure that your values are being expressed and come across in your messaging. And I felt really proud the other day. I was at a networking meeting and somebody talked to me about why they love watching my Facebook lives that I do and my Instagram lives. I go live. I actually sometimes pre-record it because then I can share it onto both platforms. So I will pretend that I'm live while I'm recording it. I talk as though I'm live, and then I just share it immediately to both platforms. But that's an authentic video. That is me talking out and about, normally while I'm walking the dog or while I've been out for a run, something like that. And that's just me talking in my environment about whatever it is I'm feeling passionate about that day or excited about, or something that a conversation that's triggered a thought for me. And that is how I express my business. And one of my values is authenticity. So to have someone say to me that the videos that I put out really showed me in an authentic light and were really authentic, it really warmed my heart, because authenticity is so important to me in my business. It's a massive part of what I do. And it's really heartwarming to know that that comes through in the content that I deliver. It's not polished. It's not perfect. I don't claim to be polished and perfect. I am authentic. So you will hear bloopers and fumbles when I'm talking, maybe on the podcast or maybe when I'm doing lives, but that's because that's me being authentic. It's not all practiced. It's not all thought through in a really detailed. My podcasts aren't totally scripted. I have bullet points. If you're watching on YouTube, you can probably see me glancing at my bullet points in front of me. But I don't learn it all and script it all and plan it all. It is authentic. I do have an idea of what I want to say. Of course I do, but I don't go in with a script and pre-plan everything. That's because authenticity is one of my values. So brand values can also change and develop over time, just as you do. We change, we develop, we grow, we evolve. And it's your brand values are just the same. They can grow with you and they can evolve with you. They're not set in stone. You can revisit them from time to time. But that also means that sometimes people will have a rebrand and their whole visual marketing might change. You might suddenly see that there's a whole different feel to the visual side of what they're putting out because they've rebranded, they've evolved, and they have changed over time. So finally, brand values. By embodying your brand values in all that you do, you can forge deeper connections with your clients. You can make an impact in the way that you aim to. And it's that consistent messaging, that consistent feel that is a thread through everything that you do that shows your values, your beliefs, and everything that is important to you and delivers that as part of your message. Hopefully you found something useful in listening to this podcast today. I will always love to hear any feedback about the podcast, about anything that you think about it, any discussions you want to have about anything I've talked about. Let me know what you think. Let me know about your brand values. Is that something you're really stuck on? It's something that I'm certainly going to be looking at a little bit more. Again, I've got a business planning workshop coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm really looking forward to talking to the ladies on that workshop about their brand values. That's part of what we're going to be looking at in their business plans. So hopefully you'll have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next week where we have another fantastic interview with another inspiring mum. I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you. Thank you for joining us here at Business Foundations for Mums. You can find all of our episodes, show notes and blog posts at businessfoundationsformums.co.uk, and you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook.